In this video, we're going to be talking about Germ Guardian air purifiers. Now, on the table here today, we have three of the more popular models that they have available. We have the Germ Guardian AC4100 here. We also have the Germ Guardian AC4825. And finally, we have the AC4300 at the end of the table here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over each one of these models individually. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over some other models that Germ Guardian has available. Many of their other models are very similar to these. And so what we'll do is we'll compare those models to the models that we have here to just give you a better understanding of everything that Germ Guardian has available for you to make a better purchase decision if you are interested in one of these units. Now, first of all, we have the AC4100. This unit has a CFM of around 80 CFM. It retails for around $50 to $60 in that range, so it's a very inexpensive unit. It also has very low output with that 80 CFM. That is quite low, but that is unsurprising considering its price and also its size. It's a very small, a very light, a very portable unit. It does have a HEPA filter. It also has a carbon filter, which is impressive for its price, but that low output is definitely a concern for us. We do go into quite a bit of detail with this unit in our actual review for it. Next, we have the AC4825. Now here you're jumping up to an output of approximately 130, 140 CFM, maybe on the high side, and you definitely have quite a bit more output here. Once you jump up to this unit, you actually have sufficient output for a room up to 150 square feet. This AC4100 here is not going to give you that. It's really not going to be able to be used in any reasonable room size. Maybe if you have an extremely small room in the 60, 70 square foot range, it's possible to use this unit and for it to be effective in that size of a room. However, for any reasonably sized room, and for that we mean anywhere up to 150 square feet, you have the Germ Guardian AC4825 here that is going to have sufficient output for that. This unit also features a carbon filter and a HEPA filter. The air comes in through the back here. It does the same with the AC4100. It comes in through the back, through those filters and out the front of the unit. There's a adjustment knob up here that sets 3 different fan speeds. There's also a UV switch. The same is true for this AC4100 actually. It also has the adjustment knob there in the front for 3 different fan speeds only, just like the AC4825. And then the UV light is turned on with a single switch, just like it's turned on with a single switch on this unit. Finally, we have the AC4300. Now, the AC4300 is a bit of an update to the AC4825. The 4825 is definitely still very popular, which is likely the reason why Germ Guardian is keeping it available on the market. However, the AC4300 is the more updated version. The CFM does drop down a little bit when you go to the AC4300. Its CFM is closer to the 120 range. So you have a CFM of approximately 130 here with the AC4825 and 120 with the AC4300. The 4300 is obviously features a more modern design, more modern styling. It again has a single carbon filter and a HEPA filter. One side of that HEPA filter does have a fibrous material there, but it really doesn't make much of a difference in terms of particle filtration and gas filtration. These two units are really similar. So choosing between the two, it really comes down to price. And the AC4825 normally retails for a bit less. So if price is a motivating factor, or even if you just don't care much for the updated design, our recommendation is definitely the AC4825 over the 4300. Comparing these 3 units all together, we would recommend either one of these 2 units on the end here versus the AC4100. Again, this unit simply doesn't have sufficient output for most settings. And you only have to spend another $20, $30 or so to move up to the AC4825. And now you have a real air purifier that can actually take care of a small bedroom or any room up to 150 square feet. Now, in comparing all 3 of these units to the units that we have rated as the top rated units on the market, we really like units in the 250 CFM range. And when you get to that range, you're talking about an output that is approximately double of what this AC4825 or this AC4300 can produce. So with that double output, those top-rated units are going to be able to accommodate rooms that are much larger, up to about 300 square feet. And not only that, but those top rated units are going to be able to be used on lower settings, on lower fan speeds, to give you approximately the same output as these units on maximum fan speed. So with this unit, for example, if you were to run it in a small bedroom, you would need to run it on that maximum fan speed where it is not very energy efficient and where it makes a lot of noise. A top rated unit, you could run that on a lower setting where it's going to have the same output, but it's going to be much more energy efficient, and it's also not going to produce nearly as much noise. And that is the primary reason why we recommend top rated units over something like this AC4825 or the AC4300. Now, next we want to compare these units we have on the table to other Germ Guardian units. The fact is that there are many different Germ Guardian models, and they are not all that much different. Let's start with the AC4100 here as an example. Now, there is a AC4900 on the market. The AC4900 retails for a little bit more, close to the price of this AC4825. And the AC4900 is essentially this model here, but elongated, enlarged. It looks very similar to this AC4100. So just imagine a larger version with greater output than this AC4100, and imagine that it has approximately the same output as this AC4825. That's what you get with the AC4900. Now, in comparing the AC4825 to the AC4900, it's really a toss-up between those two. It really comes down to what do you prefer in terms of looks. They use exactly the same filter type even from Germ Guardian. So if you're replacing the filter, it's both filter type B for the AC4900 and the AC4825. So between those two, it's really a toss-up. Which one can you buy at a lower price? Which one do you prefer the looks of? And so on and so forth between those two units. Next up, we have the AC4150. And this is actually a unit that is very similar again to the AC4100. The difference is it's a blue color. There's also a nightlight up top here. So this unit is marketed towards people that may want to put an air purifier in their child's bedroom. And we have to let consumers know here that, again, in terms of being an air purifier, this unit really does not do very well. So now you're adding a nightlight to the equation. You're paying a little bit extra for that. And our recommendation here would be to instead go to a larger air purifier, even if you just spend another $20, $30 to move up to an AC4825, and then just purchase a nightlight separately. And now you're going to get the best of both worlds. You're going to get a good nightlight. You can buy the best nightlight you can buy there, a projector light that you can buy there, and you can also get a very good air purifier that's not going to be really having a hard time purifying the air in even a reasonably small room. Next, we're going to move on to air purifiers that compare to the AC4825. So first up, we have the AC5250. And the AC5250 is really a better, larger AC4825. The 5250 is a little bit taller. It's 28 inches versus 22 inches on this unit here. And it has a slightly greater output. So yes, you are going 6 inches taller here, but the output is very little. It's only about 10 CFM or so greater output on that larger unit. The 5250 also has a digital display with buttons. The 4825 here only has that single knob up top. The 5250 comes equipped with a timer. It has 5 fan speeds instead of 3. So you're just getting a better version of the 4825 here. The thing is that to get that slightly better version where you get that digital display, you get the buttons, you get the timer, you get only slightly greater output. For all of that, you do pay considerably more. The price is about $40 or so more for the 5250 compared to the 4825. So between the two, we would really just recommend the 4825. If you're buying a Germ Guardian unit, value is probably one of the primary motivating factors for you in going that direction. And if value is important for you, it's really not worth it going up to the 5250 compared to the 4825. And that's probably why the 5250 is not nearly as popular as the 4825. Now, we must mention also on the 5250 that it does have a much better implemented UV light. On this 4825 and even the 4300 here, the UV light sits in a compartment up top here on the back of the unit. And it's in a location and it's situated in such a way, in such a compartment where it really cannot work very effectively for what it needs to do. The 5250 actually has a UV light that's situated lengthwise in the back here. And so it's doing much better there in terms of exposure to the air moving through the unit. So if the UV light functionality is important for you, the 5250 is a substantial difference here. But the fact is that we really do not care much for UV lights in general. We don't really think that they do much. And the fact is that you don't need to kill the germs to filter them out of the air. That is a misconception that is sometimes floated out there. You don't need to do that. You can filter out the germs just as well when they're alive. They will stick to that HEPA filter and you will be able to filter them out of the air. And even if you do kill them with the UV light, you still need to filter them with the HEPA filter. So you're really only getting them out of the air as fast as that HEPA filter is able to get them out of the air. But nonetheless, do understand that if that UV light is an appealing feature for you, you do get that with the 5250 over the 4825. And next up, we have the AC5000, comparing it to the AC4825. And here we have a unit that is simply the bigger version of the AC4825. The 5250 was the bigger, better version. The 5000 is simply the bigger version of the AC4825. There's not much to say there. Again, you have the same small little jump in output. You also have an increase in price. So the same thing as was true before is true here. We really don't think that slightly greater output is worth the extra price for the AC5000 over the AC4825. Next up, we have units that compare to the AC4300, the unit on the end here. And first up, we have the AC5350. So as the AC5250 was to the AC4825, the AC5350 is to the AC4300. The AC5350 is again a taller, better unit compared to the AC4300. The AC5350 features a digital display. Both have buttons, both units, the AC5350 and the AC4300. But the AC5350 has a full digital display. It has a timer. It has 5 speeds. It has 5 fan speeds here. And do note that the UV light is the same here between the two units. So you don't have that difference in UV lights as you had earlier with the AC4825 and the AC5250. Again, there's an increase in price, and we don't think that that increase in price is worth it for the few extra features or the slight increase in output. We don't think that that is worth the increase in price. So we would recommend the AC4300 over the AC5350. Next up, we have the AC5300. So again, we have some similarities here. As the AC5000 is to the AC4825, the AC5300 is to the AC4300. Here we only have a bigger unit. So the AC4300 on the end here, just imagine a unit that is slightly bigger. That is the AC5300. Again, very small jump in output. Again, more substantial jump in price. And again, we do not feel that this is justified. We feel that the AC4300 is a good value, and you should go for that over the AC5300. So to wrap things up here, we want to talk about 2 full-size air purifiers made by Germ Guardian. Of course, their tower units are the most popular. That's what most people think about when they think about a Germ Guardian air purifier. However, Germ Guardian does make different full-size units, and we're going to talk about those next. First up, we have the AC5900. This unit normally retails in the $180 to $230 range. It has a bit of a range there. This is a full-size unit. It does have a UV light. It does have a carbon filter that is coated with carbon, and it does have a HEPA filter. However, there is no pre-filter. And this is really the biggest issue here with this particular unit, the AC5900. It does not have that pre-filter, and that's really going to limit how long the other filters last. With a top-rated full-size unit, at even a lower price, you're going to get a pre-filter in there. You're going to get a washable pre-filter that's going to extend the life of the other filters, and you do not get that with the AC5900. You also get slightly less output. The AC5900 is somewhere in the 230 CFM range, so you have slightly less output there compared to top-rated units. And those are really the biggest reasons why We do not recommend it over top-rated units, or in other words, why it didn't make the cut as a top-rated unit is the fact that it has that slightly lower output and it does not come with a washable pre-filter. Finally, we have the AC9200, and this is again a full-size air purifier. It actually has even greater CFM. It's in the 270 to 280 CFM range. And here you have something that is even a greater output than top-rated units. The thing is that it is priced quite a bit more. It is normally found in the $300 price range. And our biggest issue here is not really how good of an air purifier it is. It is actually a very good air purifier. It's really the value proposition here. You're talking about a 270, 280 CFM unit at approximately $300. A top-rated unit is going to get you close to 250 CFM, so only about 20 to 30 CFM less, but for almost half the price. The Winix 5500-2, for example, retails for around $150, and that unit is going to get you 250 CFM at $150 compared to this AC9200 that is going to output at 270, 280 CFM for close to $300. So when it comes to comparing this unit to top-rated units, we again have to go with the top-rated unit, if only because of the value proposition there. And that really wraps up all the most popular Germ Guardian units on the market. For the most part, Germ Guardian makes reasonably good air purifiers, but most of their units are undersized in terms of output. They don't output that much, even though they are a low price. And their units that do output at sufficient levels are not a great value. So you have units that are at low output, but a good value. And then you have units that are at a very high output, but a poor value. And that's really the story with Germ Guardian.